Reading Mark chapter 11, starting in verse 15. They came to Jerusalem, and he entered the temple and began to drive out those who sold and those who bought in the temple. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons, who would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. And he was teaching them and saying to them, "Is it not written, 'My house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations'? But you have made it a den of robbers." The chief priests and the scribes heard it and were seeking a way to destroy him, for they feared him, because all the crowd was astonished at his teaching. And when evening came, they went out of the city. As they passed by in the morning, they saw the fig tree withered away to its roots. And Peter remembered and said to him, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed has withered." And Jesus answered them, "Have faith in God. Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be taken up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received, and it will be yours. Whenever you stand praying, forgive. If you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also who is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses." So two events, two interesting events. First in the temple, and he drives out those who bought and sold, overturning the tables and everything that was going on that was contrary to what the temple was supposed to represent. It was supposed to be a house of prayer. It's supposed to be a place where anyone could come and worship. Anyone could come with their offering of sacrifice. But it had been turned into a place of commerce. It had been turned into a marketplace. It had been turned into, well, your lamb is not good enough, but we have special lambs. Your money won't work here in the temple, but we can exchange that for you. And in every way, all the way, things were being done that were not glorifying to God, not helping people worship, not helping people glorify God, not helping people sacrifice, but making it difficult. And so Jesus said, "No more. Here's what it's supposed to be for." And the religious guys were upset. But they feared the crowd, because as he's teaching, the crowd are amazed at the teaching, right? And the religious guys are looking for a way to get him, but they feared him, because what he was saying was right and true, and probably knew it. And then the next day they come back, and they're heading back into the city, and the fig tree that Jesus had cursed was all withered up, because Jesus had cursed it. And Peter's like, "Master, Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed has withered." And Jesus could have said, "Yeah, and?" Of course, Peter. And he uses that to talk about faith and prayer. And how if you have faith that your prayer is heard, ask away and believe that it will be answered. Believe that whatever you ask in prayer will be granted to you. If there's unforgiveness in your heart and in your life, forgive so that you can be forgiven. We forget that part of that little section sometimes. We just think about if I ask anything, God will do it. Well, if your faith is in God for that which you're praying about, your requests are going to be godly and God honoring and according to God's will. And so when you pray like that, when you pray for God to intervene in people's lives, to do a work and to bring salvation and healing and work in our nation, in our community, yeah, believe. Yeah, but what if God doesn't answer? Don't doubt, just believe. Why? Because we don't know the timing. We don't know exactly always how God answers prayer. If it's always according to how we want it, that's not God answering prayer. That's God being a genie or a slot machine. But He's God. So our job is to come before Him in belief, with faith that He is God. He's above all powers. He's above all rulers. He's in charge. And bring our needs, our requests, and ask and trust. Thank you, God. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for answering this prayer. And watch and see what God does in and through someone who prays with faith. Till next time, a little by little.